Hello, beautiful ladies. It is day 35. We just have 5 days left of our prayer. 40 days of prayer for business breakthrough. And today it is on Zechariah 4, which says, "Do not despise these small beginnings, for the Lord is to see the work begin, to see the plumb line in Zerubbabel's hand." And so this was referring to the Jewish people who had to return to Israel. They were getting ready to rebuild the temple, which was honestly a very overwhelming undertaking. But the Lord encouraged them with these words. And I just feel that, like a parent, if you remember, if you're a parent and you saw your baby taking those first steps, I just feel like he completely rejoices and celebrates with those very first small steps. Even when they're, wobbly and maybe not so sure footed, but he is rejoicing when we are taking steps in faith and obedience to what he is calling us to do. And these small steps really can become giant leaps in God's kingdom. If we do the little things, then God will do the big things. And isn't that an amazing thing just to breathe into, because we don't have to do this all by ourselves. But when we do the little things like they are big things, God's hands are all over it. And we can't worry about what we can't do. We can only simply do what we can. There are a million things in the day, especially when you're an early entrepreneur. So many things that we need to learn, the technology, the strategies. Oh my goodness, everything, right? So again, it is just taking that next right step, knowing that God will give us the energy, the provision, the guidance for whatever it is that we need to be doing in that moment. Oswald Chambers, oh my gosh, he's amazing. His books and devotionals, if you have never seen them, I would highly recommend to check him out. He wrote, "It is inbred in us that we have to do exceptional things for God, but we have not. We have to be exceptional in the ordinary things. And if we do the ordinary, then God will add an extra to it." So again, sometimes I feel like we can stop ourselves. I know I certainly did, because it seems like such a big undertaking. And of course, we want to do an amazing job for God to whatever He's calling us to. We feel this responsibility and the weight and the heaviness of working for Him and honoring Him and glorifying Him in all that we're doing. But we have to again know that it is coming from a place of uncertainty and doubt and being like, "Lord, I do not feel equipped. I do not feel called. I am not ready." And that is okay. That is where He wants us to be. If we were 100% confident in our abilities and be like, "Yep, this is what we do," and then next step here, that doesn't leave any room for God. And so when we are unsure, when we're like, "Okay, Lord, you are calling me to this and it is scary. I don't even know how to do some of what you're asking me to do." Then He's like, "Good job, girl. I've got you. You don't need to know." Um, and if you're anything like me where you want to know, this is a beautiful way to just walk with Him, to surrender a million times a day if you have to, where we can just be like, "Okay, Lord, I don't know what I'm doing here, but I know you do, and I am going to trust you and lean on you and walk with you and pray that you've got me and that you're going to show me and guide me every single thing I need to do," because that's exactly what He wants. This is how we can build our faith through our business, and that is such a beautiful thing to be a part of. Um, and so just know that no one is greater than their prayer life. We have to be in prayer. We have to be in conversation and relationship with Him. And our potential is directly proportional to our prayer life. I can't even say this enough. It's the single greatest indicator of our success is walking with Him, talking with Him, crying out, yelling sometimes. He can take it. but just having that conversation and then listening. And so, if you are not praying about your business, if you're not praying about the clarity, next steps, clients, just go to Him and, whatever you need to say. If you need to yell and scream, awesome. If you need to just sit in His lap, and sometimes this is where I just need to be sometimes, is I just picture myself as a little girl, or even myself as this 46-year-old woman who is just crawling up into His lap. And I just need to curl up in a ball. And sometimes I just need to cry. And I just want Him to rub my back and stroke my hair and tell me that it's going to be okay. And so just take those moments, take those quiet times just to be His daughter, to listen what He has to tell you. Just rest. Rest in Him, rest in His presence. Don't quit, just rest. Business is tough. It's hard. It's not easy to do alone. But if He calls you to it, He will give you everything that you need to see it through. Go to Him. If you need support, come to me. But again, just be in prayer and be in communication with Him on a daily, even moment to moment business. All right. Hey, Susan. Hey, Christy, Katie. Yeah. Don't despise small beginnings, even when they take long. Guys, you know this story. I say it all the time. 8 painful years where I was losing money trying to coach, and I can look back on that now and I'm so grateful because it has given me such a ginormous passion for helping others get there sooner and faster and with way less tears than I had to deal with. Yet, knowing that He was developing the strength and the character that I needed to be able to withstand where I'm at today. And it would not have happened any other way. And so even when it's frustrating, and every year, every day, I was just like, Lord, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. I just got so frustrated. But we have to just walk in that understanding that He's got us. He has a plan and a purpose. We don't ever, know what He's pulling the strings for behind the scenes, but we just have to have that faith and trust to know that it's good. It is so good. And again, way beyond what we could ask or imagine. Okay, so just keep going to Him. He loves you. He wants the best for you. When you need to get pulled onto His lap and just have Him rub your back, go for it. But again, rest in Him. Don't despise small beginnings. That is how we started. We all start, even in my group of 500, which isn't huge, but it started with me and my sister. So, okay, I love you guys. Thank you for being here. I'll see you tomorrow.